I don't know. Oh, we need a live chat. Oh, that's awkward. I need to fix that. No. Would you like to manually add and pop out your round video instead? Oh, that's proper. No, it's public, man. Come on. What is this? aggravating. That's frustrating. I can't get the stupid chat thing to work. That's frustrating. I can't get the stupid. That's frustrating. I'm talking to myself. I can't get the stupid chat thing to work. Ah, yeah, we got chat. Oh, I may need to refresh this, so then we can finally get some coding going. Yeah. Alright. So we need to go back to Editor Essentials. Okay. I did all these already. This, this, that. Add your character. Oh, actually, we are all done with this. Did all this. All right, now we're on to complete your 2D puzzle game. All right, fill out the screen in the project window. I guess we could do it like this. The project window. Sure, it's furniture. Did not put on a piece of furniture rubber your save scene. Add your rug to the current layer. Make furniture pushable. Here's the furniture. I did all this. Increase the mass, add a collectible. That I did not do. All right. That's what we gotta do. Let's add a collectible. Room that is completely set up. Yeah, set up enough. Yeah, provided 2D collectible sprite prefabs. The following components. Literally going to be the same thing as what I did with 3D that I did off screen. So let's go ahead and get prefabs, collectibles. Since we're trained, we should probably collect. None of this is 2D. Does it matter? Collectibles. Oh, it's already in the scene. It's not. Oh, sprites collectibles. Oh, because, yeah, okay. Sprites, collectibles, cheese, dirt, rock, star. Oops. This scene we've already provided the sprite prefabs that will already include the following components. They already have the 2D collider and collectible script on it. Is that true? Let's see. $2D. Collectible, very nice. With these components already set up, the collectible should work properly as soon as you drag it onto the screen and project windows. Skadoosh, skadoosh, skadoosh. We did all that. Just to go to the scripts. Instead of rotating the collectibles on the y-axis, rotate it by the z-axis. Instead of on trigger enter, it's on trigger enter 2D, collider 2D, obviously. Design full level collectibles. Select collectible object, duplicate. Clean up the hierarchy window. Honestly, don't really need to do that. I could just do this. Big parent. Follow the stars. Boing, boing, collect.
Oh, it's late.
I wonder why it shows that though. Oh, because that's the scene. This is the game. Right. Alright. I get the concept. It's pretty sweet. Leave the hierarchy. Add the UI prefab. Yeah, that's what we need to do next. In the first step, you'll introduce a user interface that displays the number of remaining collectibles in the scene. The UI is set. It's any set of on-screen elements like buttons, menus, and such. You'll be surprised how much it's simply yeah. If you're seeing this is not a learning experience about creating UIs, you'll use the provided pre-built UI. In the project, go to Prefabs UI. Drag the remaining collectibles UI prefab into the hierarchy. Oh, you know what? Another thing I need to do. Let's see. Edit. Preferences, maybe. Editor. 2D general. External tools. No. Scene view. Colors. Play mode. Tints. Yeah, that's what we want. So now, because I forget when I'm actually running the game, and then I'll start making some changes, and I'll forget to like stop the running. I want that to be a little bit more alpha-y. Still like super bright, can't read nothing. And I guess it's better because we are running. I'm gonna make some updates, but I want it to be visible still. Make it brighter. Like that. Oh, it's actually not changing. Okay. Ah, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. Oh, that's brightness. Green. Perfect. That's red would have been more preferable, but then red makes it too dark and I can't see nothing. All right, now with that said, what are we doing? Remaining. All right, we want UI remaining here. Remaining collectibles. It's an image. Oh yeah. Remaining collectibles X. Test your game to see the UI tracks the updates and the collectibles as you collect them annually. Does it really? How does it know? It probably has a component. Where's the script? It's gotta be here. Rectangle. Canvas scaler. To do with the image. Does the text have the script? I know, we'll just follow the instructions, I guess. I don't read so much. It does. How the hell does it know? There's gotta be a script on there somewhere. I'm gonna realize. Oh, graphical raycaster. That's what it's using. Okay. Save your scene. Review and proceed to the next tutorial. They don't really explain any of this, but I do understand this. You go here, go to the text itself. The raycaster is probably bringing in the text, blocking objects, everything. Let's see what the script shows. See what the hell this thing is doing. Wow, there's a lot of code here to do whatever this is doing. Alright, we'll just let it be. That is above my pay grade. Alright, so add an animated path. Okay. Good, I suck on animations. Maybe this will help me out. Use the sprite editor to animate a 2D cat or dog. Even though they're probably just gonna have the script animate for me. Open the sprite sheet in the sprite editor. 2D sprites are often animated using sprite sheets. A sprite sheet is a large image containing many smaller images. As you might know, and animation is just a series of images. I do know. Sprite editor. In this step, you'll open either dog or the cat sprite sheet. Sprite editor. Sprite's animated. Okay. Preview sheet or at the bottom of the inspector window. In the inspector window, change the sprite mode property to single. Multiple, select apply. Yeah. So allow you to slice the sprite sheet to never select open sprite editor and view the sprite. Okay, what are they gonna have me do here? Slice the drop down, keep it default automatic option, select slice. I still want the pixels to be the same. All right.
I don't know. Have a good day, okay?
Okay. With the slice drop down, it's grayed out. Now it's applying changes in the project window. Expand sprite sheet, cat or dog access to reveal the individual sprites. Use the arrow keys to flip through to get a sense of the animation. Oh. Animate the sprite sheet. Use the shift or control keys to select all 8 individual sprites. And then drag them into the hierarchy. Use the shift key. Okay. Really what you want me to do? Oh, it does make it a new atom. Maybe I didn't know that. That's sweet. Because this is cat. So it'll be cat.anim. Sure. In the hierarchy window, rename. Just like the furniture, order to 10. Okay, we're good. Enter play mode to see your animated sprite. Probably gonna be like super fast though. Cat's chilling. The player will be able to pass right through. You're right. Make the pet interactable. With the pet selected, let's turn this back off. The pet selected. Add a collider 2D and a rigid body 2D so the player can interact with it. Configure that the rigid body has increase the mass, increase the linear drag and such, gravity 0. Alright. Also need a collider though. Circle collider. All right. Review and proceed to the next tutorial. Congratulations, 2D Essentials, more things to try. Almost done. The Unity Essentials. I pretty much knew most of this, but it was fun to give it a shot. Alright, anything worth trying to do? Play around with sprite colors. Sprite render colors. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Let's make your level more challenging. Like I said, drawing inspiration from classic Sokoban puzzle designs. We don't need to do that. Proceed to the next tutorial. Quiz. What happens when you turn on 2D mode in scene view? Select one correct answer. It turns on perspective and orients the camera to look towards the Z and X axis pointing. Right and the Y axis pointing up. Sounds about right. Locks the scene view camera to a fixed position, preventing any movement or rotation. No. Automatically converts all 3D mode. No. Enables the physics simulation to run in 2 dimensions. No. Which of the following are actually built-in Unity components optimized for 2D development? Circle Collider, Circle 2. Circle Collider, rigid body 2D. Which of the following are true about rect tools? The rect tool can be activated using the T key. Yeah. How many answers? 2. Okay, so that's one. It is used for manipulating the position and scale of the 2D objects, kind of. It's designed to create an editing physical material. Editing physical materials? No. It adjusts the transparency? No. So it's this. What does the order and layer property in sprite render component? Select one answer. Controls the level of detail. Sets the physical layer. The sprite's balance of collision detection purposes? No. Adjusts the sprite's color intensity? No. Determines the rendering order? Yep. Which of the following is true about writing scripts for 2D game objects? Select one correct answer. Writing scripts 2D game objects is largely the same as 3D, but there are some methods optimized for 2D development, such as OnTrack. Create the rest. Unity will not allow you to apply a script that has references to 2D elements into it. That's not true. Project Windows create menu named Script 2D, which is distinct from those. I don't know what they're talking about. All scripting methods and components used in 3D game environments incompatible with 2D game objects. No, that's not true. Yay! Did we get 100? We got 100. We passed with flying colors. Nah. Where did my thing go? Oh, right. It's over here, dude. Alright, so with that done, publishing essentials. I don't know if I'm gonna do any of this. It's time to collect all your good work together in a singular portfolio piece that you and others can play. A portfolio, especially in the realm of 3D game development, is not just a collection of work, but a practical way of demonstrating your familiarity with essential tools and concepts. This mission, you will package all of your work in a pathway through a single playable experience. I don't think I'm going to do that. Build your project. Mission overview. Because it's like already set up. It's not. I've compiled games before. This is pretty cool though. Oh, they really want you to go through this whole process. Oh, but just by editing and editing. I got you. Design the menu. Configure scenes in a build. Yeah, essential project window, navigate the Unity essential scenes, stop down, seamless, drag the selected seamless. This is the part I always get confused. In build profiles window. You don't need to do that, but I'm always forgetting about that.
You just gotta realize that everybody's gonna be on your tail from 5 o'clock until the day you die.
Configure the player settings. Build profiles again. View and proceed to the next tutorial. We're just gonna skip all that. Publish the WebGL. I've done this as well. Share your project. When your build is complete, select next. Not signed in, you'll be first get started. Build and publish. Oh, there's Unity Play. Okay. Alright, we're not gonna do any of that. It's good to know that's there if I do need help remembering how to do that. Challenge. Add a bonus scene. Really want to. It's not that hard. I'd rather move on. Create a 3D adventure game. Capture a video of your project. Add a recorder package. Record the action. This is pretty cool too. Also something that I want to do. That's pretty cool. It just keeps going. Your submission preview. Yeah, I'm not gonna be uploading all this stuff. This just says load more. I don't know. It's cool, but I'm not doing it. Can we stop loading more, please? The mission must not be published before completing the exercise. Alright, that's fine. So we could just skip. We could just not finish this. We'll do it another time. I'm not doing that. It's time. I want to keep learning. I don't want to publish this nonsense that I've been basically doing. Alright, so if we did Unity Essentials, art and animation, audio level, systems design, professional programming. We gotta look up more pathways. So we essentially did Unity Essentials. I'll go back and finish that through. Maybe. We're gonna move up to the next step. Ready to code? This guided learning pathway will take you from zero to job ready even. Sheesh, ready for more? Level up your core understanding of Unity with creative aspects of the engine. We are. Let's take a look at the junior programmer pathway. What we'll learn: learning how to create new scripts, use variables to modify the results.
Welcome to the Junior Programmer Pathway. My name is Joy, and I'm one of your guides on this learning journey. The Junior Programmer Pathway was designed for people who want to learn how to code in Unity, but don't know where to start. If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. Here in Junior Programmer, you'll work through a total of 4 missions with 6 unique projects and many challenges along the way. In the first 2 missions, you'll learn the basics of coding with my co-host Carl, who will take you through creating your first 5 projects step by step in a watch then do format. He'll explain more once you get going. He's the best, so you're in good hands. Once you finish your missions with Carl, you'll head back over to me to work on your final project and learn some important programming theory. The challenge of the pathway will increase a little bit around the halfway point, but don't worry, you'll be more than prepared by the time it happens. If you ever run into trouble when working through the pathway, we have a dedicated learning group just for Junior Programmer. You could also leave comments on some projects that you great.
Let's see. User interface, publisher project, gameplay mechanics. This is kind of important. File player, power up and countdown, 4 loops for waves, soccer scripting, basic gameplay. This seems pretty good. Let's hit it. In the meantime, I do have an idea for a project. I'll actually start putting everything together for. It's going to be a game for your daughter, potentially. Don't have a compatible version? Oh, I have a compatible version.
Course from Unity, where you will learn to create with code. My name's Carl, and I'll be your instructor, teaching, guiding, and challenging you every step of the way.
It's intense.
I studied computer science and game development.
Hey, me too.
And have been helping students create
Well,
with technology for almost 10 years. And I am so excited to help you learn to code and achieve your goals. So what is the goal of this course? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's for you to learn to code and create with Unity. That means it's not a history of programming course. It's not a theoretical course. It's a practical course to give you the foundation you need to be able to program whatever you want with Unity. With Unity, you can build applications for mobile, like iOS and Android.
Oh, I know.
Phone, and power standards, every single line of C# from scratch.
Oh, I've done this already.
In each one of these prototypes,
some of these,
you'll learn critical new concepts, expanding and reinforcing your skill set with each quiz where you can prove unique of this course to create.
Okay.
You can use these skills for.
Let's bust through it. Watch, then do. Yes. Watch.
If you try.
Then
watch,
do.
Then do. Watch, then do. Watch, then do.
Watch. Yeah. Before you begin this tutorial, I'll walk you through downloading and installing these things, which we don't need to do. Download, install Unity, install the new version. You got this. Sign in and create your new. I don't need to do that. Recap. Complete. Boom. Endpoints are ready. Unit introduction. Complete this tutorial. Wait, what?
Welcome to the very first unit of this course, where you will begin your journey creating with code. In this unit, we will create a driving simulator prototype where the user can steer a vehicle down a road to avoid obstacles in its path. or crash into them if that's more their liking. As you create this prototype, you will learn the programming fundamental.
Okay.
Maybe they're pressing the. I probably don't have to explain to you how important player control is.
Nope.
So whether you're floating a balloon up and down in the person view and apply it to. So let's start.
This lesson, you will create your own first game project in Unity. You will choose the position of vehicle player. Project outcome, you will have a vehicle in obstacle position in the road. Make a course folder and new project.
We are about to begin working on our very first prototype, where we'll make a vehicle that can drive down the road. To do this, we will create a project for the first time, use the Unity interface for the first time, import assets for the first time,
Sure.
and navigate the 3D environment for the first time. That's a lot of firsts, but don't worry.
Not really.
Interface with your where you can design your world in 3D object, what you can see through the camera. Give
There. Make a course folder and new project. First thing you need to do is create a folder that will hold all your course projects in. Create a new Unity project called Prototype 1. Heard. On your desktop, someone else like new folder. Create. Then create with code. Create a new Unity project using Universal 3D template. Okay, that's what. No. That's fine. Oh, let's get rid of this. Close scene. Or close project. Exit, I guess. Cancel out of there. All right, new project. Universal 3D. Bank. What are we gonna call this? Oh, prototype 1. Sure. Universal template. This is settings and assets. We're gonna make this why does that say my project 1 now? Change the freaking name. New projecto. Six 6.1.1F. What? Why?
You've had the regular opportunity to
I got to change. It didn't even ask me. Okay, hold on. Something. Yeah, I screwed up. Prototype 1, change the location. I didn't do any of this stuff. Desktop. We got a thing called Unity Junior Programming. Okay, select folder. Use Unity version control, repository name. Yes. Create project. While that's doing its thing, let's take a look at our next steps, I guess. Now that we have an empty project open, we need to import the assets from Prototype 1 in the open scene. Download starter files and extract the compressed file. From Windows, import the asset package to your Unity project. For the remainder of how to import tutorial in the project window, asset scene, prototype scene will open it. Alright, so we need to download that. Look at that. You gotta use that package, import package probably. We can do that. All right. Okay, so but this, I guess there's fine. Tutorials info? Why is that there? Import package from our desktop. Unity Junior Programming Prototype 1. No. Need to put the package here. Import. I just dragged the package into the folder where I put my projects. The .unity package. Now it has course library apparently. Hopefully that's what they were talking about, because that's what we're doing. Alright, asset scenes, prototype scene 1. Asset scenes, prototype scene 1. Boom. Alright, let's get this sorted. No, I guess that is sorted out. Scale 2 times? No. 1. So that's it. We got a road. Got a road situation. Camera. Yeah. Add your vehicle to the scene. In the project window, go to the course library, vehicles. Drag a vehicle in. Course library, vehicles. Let's drag in this tank. Alright, we got tank. Hold right click WASD to fly around and try to rotate. Try to rotate around it. Sure. What are we gonna do? This. Yep. Let's focus. Hold Alt and left. Oh yeah, this is rotate. Like this. Very cool. And I know use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Control Z. And to undo its fixed. Okay. Orbit around the last object in the frame of the scene, so it's important. You first focus. Okay. Add an obstacle to the position. Course library, go to obstacles. Course library, obstacles. An inspector for the obstacle. Top right transform. Click reset property position. Sure. Change it to 0025. Change to transform. Change location. Position. Right? Oh, because I'm. In hierarchy, right click, rename your object to vehicle and object. Okay, sure. Vehicle and obstacle. Obstacle. Locate your camera and run the game.
Now we've added our player, our vehicle, and our obstacle to our scene, but now we really want to get a lens of our player and understand their perspective. So we can actually do that using our camera. If you go to the hierarchy on the left side of Unity, select your main camera by clicking on it, you can see that now we have the camera selected. This very large rectangle pops up, and on the bottom right, we can actually see our camera preview.
Yeah.
So the preview is actually what we can see of what the player will see in our game. And in fact, that preview is entirely mapped to this huge rectangle that we can see in our scene. And so this is very helpful to see and understand what the player sees. Our camera actually controls what we see in our game view. So, in fact, if I go to the top of Unity and I press the play button, you can see that our scene view changes to this view here, which is our game view. In fact, in the center, the two tabs are side by side right next to each other. So, in our game view, you can see that if I try and click on our vehicle here, nothing will happen. I can still select the vehicle in the hierarchy, however, nothing changes here. Versus if I go to my scene, you can see that our vehicle's back there. If I select the move tool, I can move our vehicle again. And then in the game view, you can see that our vehicle actually moved a little bit. So maybe if I go in the transform component, if I press like 5. Okay, cool. So the vehicle is moving. That's interesting. Now, the one thing about play mode is, so this is how we test how our different objects interact in our world, how our player can, for example, control our vehicle, move, camera, and then if you want to go into when they're actually in the game. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. Select the camera in the hierarchy. Yep. Oh yeah, this changes this, so we can actually see what's going on, which is super helpful. I can do that. Move the camera behind the vehicle. Use the move, rotate tools. Okay, we'll do that. And camera focus. First, let's move. We need to move it global. What if we do just get everything to 0? Position 0. There we go. Now we can adjust. I don't like that. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, now we need local. Gonna rotate. Nope. Let's get a better view of the sound. Something like that. Do we need to zoom out more? Okay, I like that. Customize the interface layout. In the upper right corner, change the layout to default to tall. Right? In the upper right corner, change the layout.
Or if I left click and drag the game for them, it turns into this little drag inside my vehicles folder. So now
What's this? Why is that up there? What is this? Tall.
Instead, I just have to click on these little drop-down arrows, and then it shows me all of the different assets that I can use. Same thing with the obstacles.
Open the drop-down menu top
The nice
right,
thing too is it makes it a little bit easier if I collapse the vehicles folder, and then I can even collapse my course library. Now it like looks really clean, which is helpful. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to left click and drag the game window, and I'm actually going to drag it to the bottom of our view, and it pops like that. Now, one thing that might happen is, for example, if you actually drag it out of a space where there's anywhere it could snap to, it'll actually...
Don't care about that. Lesson recap. Lesson done. Excellent. Fell to the map. Create and apply your first scripts. In the project window, right click on folder named scripts. Yeah, that's not a thing. Oh, create folder name scripts. Okay. Folder name, right click, create player controller. Scripting, model behavior. I feel like I just spelled something wrong. I did. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete that. Yep. Add a component in the update method. What do we want to do? Double click on the script and open it in Visual Studio. Sure. Give the vehicle a forward motion. We do that by making it update, transform, translate 001 for, yeah. Let's go do it automatic. Kind of not what we want to do, but we'll humor it. We'll humor the tutorial. Translate. No, transform, not translate. Transform. Good, that's deprecated. Oh, because transform was not calling the objects. So every second it's going to move forward. Nope, because I didn't put the script on the objects. So let's go to the vehicle. Add fire controller. Shebang. Hit play and she just go meow. There we go. Oh, whoa. Over there. Delete the 001 you typed and use the autocomplete to replace it with vector 3 forward. Forward.
Our vehicle now moves virtually at the speed of light, just flies straight down our screen. So that's good. We've got the movement in. Now I just want to highlight some things with coding to make our lives a little bit easier. So, with our player controller script open in our IDE, my IDE does some really useful things to make my life a lot easier. So one of the big things first is if I start typing a word, say transform, it automatically tries to suggest the word that I'm trying to type, in this case transform, and I can press enter and it'll complete that word for me. Now, if I type dot or period or full stop, you'll see that my IDE suggests all of these different words. And a lot of these words, especially if they have this little purple icon next to it, these are all actually other methods that I can use, just like our translate method. Now you might hear people say methods or functions in Unity and in C#. They're essentially the same thing, but a lot of people just tend to call things methods when you're using these kinds of statements here that have parentheses. Now, you can think of all of these different words very similar to how you would think of a dictionary. And so a dictionary helps you understand a word that you're looking for. In this case, in programming, this is called, again, what does that mean? Updating over time. But our previous line of code, controller, script, you're going...
So just for simplicity's sake, vector 3.4, that kind of makes sense. Customize the vehicle speed. What we want to do... Oh, time delta. Time to run your game. Add a 20 on your game. I already know where they're going with this. We want to normalize the speed by using time.delta time. Then we're giving it 20. Technically, we're going to be probably making it variable. No, we're not doing that. Private speed. I think it's gonna be a float. Same but different. It's a different. Okay, we got that update. Add rigid body components to the objects.
Albeit very slowly, but because of that little bit of code we added, we're actually now moving 1 meter a second. And I press play. And I forgot to save again. And would definitely save a update method. And then you're going to multiply. See that it probably moves just about.
For tutorial's sake. Oh my goodness. That was fast.
So now if I type by a random number using that star symbol, so we'll multiply by say 20, so it should move about 20 meters every second now. So now if I type the way that this formula actually, each of them just typing 0 is, in your update method, you're going forward. If you select the vehicle while it's moving, you can see the Z value changing, and if you used a stopwatch, I'm sure you could see that it probably moves just about 20 times. Multiply your vector 3.forward by time.delta.
Is it really like that? Like, why would it be that fast? Because of the float. Yeah. Wow, it really made a difference. Okay, whatever. Unknown is this behavior is missing. The reference script unknown. The hell are you talking about? Main camera? Missing? Oh, missing a mono script. Why? The associated script cannot be loaded. Please fix any compiler errors and assign a valid script.
The time. And then you're going to multiply all of that by 20. So now it should move just.
Add a rigid body to the components. So we're going to add a rigid body. Select obstacle. Increase the mass of the vehicle and obstacle to be about what they would be in kilograms to test again.
Masses of these two objects.
Rigid body, mass. Why did that happen? It doesn't have a collider. Right now the vehicle goes straight through the box. If we want to be more realistic, we need to add physics. Select the vehicle, and then inspect it. Oh, to the vehicle. Oops. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I just kind of assumed it would already have it. Boom! Damn. And an obstacle should also have a rigid body. What happened? Oh, there he goes. Yeah. The rigid body component particles increase the mass of the vehicle and the obstacle about what they would be in kilograms. I don't freaking know what a kilogram is. But we do need to increase the vehicle mass. $1,700. We're gonna say 1,000. See what happens now. Boom. Yeah, that's how it should be. Two plate in position. Yeah, that's easy. We hold shift, I think. Alt. That's a recap. Rise on the road. Add a speed variable to your vehicle. I already did. Did float with 20. Speed. Create a new script for your camera. Create a new model behavior called follow player. Will do. let's go to here. We need a game object player and then transform position equal to the player transformed. Makes sense. So game object transform because it's calling position player dot. Pretty sure that's it. Player transform the position, so it's gonna match it. Steps completed. Add an offset to the camera. In the line between the update method and add a new vector 3. Yeah. Pretty good. I mean, technically, I could make that a variable as well. But offset a vector 3 variable. Yeah, literally, that's the next step. Why is that sad? Oh, because this is vector 2 for some stupid reason. Mark status complete. Smooth the camera with late update. That seems important.
Okay, now that we have our camera following our vehicle properly, you might notice that there's a weird effect happening with the vehicle itself where it's kind of stuttering back and forth. And so we can make one small change to our follow player script to make our vehicle move super smoothly. Now, essentially what's happening is, in our update method, our vehicle and our camera are both moving at the same time. So sometimes the vehicle might move first, and then the camera might move, but other times the camera might move and then the vehicle will move, and so it creates this stuttering effect. A simple thing that we can do with our update method is change it to late update with a capital L, make sure there's no space so it's all one word. And with this late update method, essentially what it will do is update after our update method happens. So if you remember, for our vehicle, it's moving through the update method, constantly moving forward, and then late update is called, which will then move our camera after the vehicle is moved. So if I save this script using Control S or Command S on a Mac, head back over to Unity and then test out our script to see if it works, we'll press play. And you can see now that the vehicle is moving much smoother because of that late update method, where the vehicle moves first and then late update happens, making the camera move to follow the vehicle.
What the hell is this and why is that
So what you're going to do is head into your follow player script, and where update is, we're going to change that to late update with a capital L and a capital U, no space, so it's all one word. Once you've changed update to late update, make sure to save your script using Control or Command S. Head back into Unity and test out your project using the play button, and you should no longer see your vehicle stuttering in your camera frame.
When it first starts, that might be normal though.
Stuttering project, update to late update out your button using the play button, and you should no longer see your vehicle stuttering.
And once it goes, oh, 10, I've already done that. Lesson recap. Another lesson bites dust. All right.
Still up.
Even 10 minutes is a long time to be away from you.
YouTube playables? What the hell is that? Is that a thing? Okay. Alright, so next up, allow the vehicle to move left and right. Top of the player controller. Let's get that script up. Wait a minute, hold on. We actually didn't use the, we need to put the follow player script onto the camera. Right? It didn't actually say it. But I'm sure that's what it meant to do. Maybe I skipped it. No. Oh, right. Because then you also need the player object to be okay. Camera. Yeah, we don't do that. We do this. I don't think it went over that part. But yeah, it public. Yeah, exactly. Replace the original code with the offset variable, test and save. Smooth camera. Probably because it probably tells you in the video.
Inside of this class, So I'm just going to use the keyword private and set tech into Unity and press play.
Yeah, it didn't say it, but I know what it meant. So then we want camera. We need player. How? Let's go. There we go. Kind of not liking that camera. But I think that's gonna get reset. Yeah, it's gonna get reset. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Alright. So now what we need to do is we also need to have a variable for float speed. Where is dude, this window's jacked up. I guess I don't care about that or this. Alright, so we need a variable. Public. I like to make everything public. Who cares, right? Vector 3. Actually, no. This wouldn't be a vector 3, would it? We want turn speed. Yeah, we want to float turn speed. And I'm assuming we're gonna use an input in order to get that. Or no, maybe not. You know, turn speed will be pretty much the same. We're gonna do this thing. Transform. Forward. Wait, that's not even the same as what they got. Because I'm in the camera script, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Thought I was in the other script. Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. Why does that keep happening? Public below turn speed. which will be the same as this, except transform, translate, right? Timed at the time. Alright, because it'll be plus or positive or negative, depending. Base left and right movement on input. So then we're gonna need float for horizontal. We're gonna put that in variable. Okay. We'll put that in the update as well. Yeah. There we go. Horizontal input equals input dot get axis horizontal. Except not. But it has to be string. This is turn right, delta time, not by speed, but turn speed. And also times whatever the input axis is. Did I spell that wrong? I think I did. Who cares? Alright, we're gonna do the same thing with forward input. Vertically input now. Forward. Probably vertical. Add a forward variable to the forward translate the test. Right, because if you're not pressing anything, it's going to be 0. Let's see if we did a thing. All right. Oh, click on the screen. No, didn't work. Oh, because all this is zeroed out. But turn speed shouldn't have been zeroed out. Now, turn speed should have been... Yeah, I guess it is zeroed out. Turn speed should be determined by run your game and use the turn speed variable slider to move your vehicle left and right. They're talking about. The hell are they talking about? It ain't working.
Our vehicle drives down the scene now, and when we press play, we have this nice tint to show us that we're in play mode. There's not an end there, but if we open our player controller script, we're going to need a way to control our vehicle to move left or right, so we should probably just use a variable to do that, since we know it's probably pretty bad to just use a random number. So good to think ahead in general. We're going to make this a public variable so that we can control it just like we did with the speed. It will also be a float because we'll be using decimal points. And then we're just going to call it turn, lowercase t, capital S for speed. So you can see here turn speed has different capitalization. So this is a very standard, what is called a naming convention when you're programming. So for variables, we often use lowercase letters like speed, turn speed, even transform is a variable to be able to very easily see when we're using a class, or when we're using an object, when we're using methods, or when we're just using variables. Now we want to be able to move our vehicle left or right, so we'll do something similar to what we did with our transform.translate. Instead of a vector3 forward, we can actually use, there's a whole bunch of other options for vector3, so we can actually use like right. So this will move our vehicle in the right direction. Again, we're going to multiply by time.delta time, because we want to be able to update this position over time instead of once every frame, and then we multiply by that handy turn speed variable that we made before. So now in our game, if we take a look down at our game view, and we select our vehicle so we can see the values, if we press play, nothing's happening. Well, that's actually because we're multiplying by a 0. So actually, if we click on turn speed and drag it to the right, it'll actually start turning right if it's positive. If we go to the left, it'll start going to the left because the value's negative. So easy way to see how we can move our vehicle left or right. Now that's great, but we'll need to be able to also control it.
Alright, that actually didn't work, so something ain't right. So hit this. Forward input. Why? Why is this a problem? Got the controller. Put your body. What did we break? Oh, it would still be 0 because I'm not. What if the inputs aren't working?
Nobody else can do this job because they got too much feeling.
Why? It's broke. Alright, let's double check our code. Transform.translate vector 3 forward times time delta time times speed. Forward input. Horizontal, misspelled, but whatever. Speed. Currently, we can only control the vehicle's left and right movement in the inspector. We need to grant some power. Header projects, input manager, sidebar. Input manager in the left sidebar, then expand access to fold out. Yeah, but see, I shouldn't need to do that. We double check input. Project settings. Input manager. This is where you can configure the controls, access. Alternate button SW. See, all this should be fine. Turn speed, horizontal input, 20. Alright, we need to go from the very beginning, I guess. This clearly isn't working as intended. Horizontal input. X's get horizontal. That's spelled correctly, good. And that's assigned in there. Alright, how about debug.log. Log. That's not correct. The console log? Maybe it's console log. Console. No, console, right? We don't want that. Debug.log. Why is this not happy? Because it's in the update? Debug that log, print functions. Like, why is this not okay? I'm confused. It's getting overwritten every. Debug is ambiguous reference between Unity engine debug and system diagnostic debug. So potential fixes. Debug is. Oh, that's so weird. Whatever. Let's roll with it. Why not? Invalid operation exception. You are trying to read input to the Unity engine, the input class, but you have switched to active input handling to input system package. Not aware of that. That's stupid. What does it even mean? You are trying to use read input using Unity engine input class, but you have switched active input handling by the system player settings. I mean, I think I know what it's talking about. It's probably talking about there's a package manager.
Just excited.
New input system which can be used in more extensible. Remove. Wait, we don't want to do that. I think it's because I have this. Because this is the old way of doing input, but it should still work. I don't understand why it wouldn't just work. What is this? Nothing. Alright, well, I'm gonna give up on this for tonight. I'll have to look into this and see if I can fix it tomorrow anyway. I don't think anybody showed up to my stream today, but if you're catching the bot or something, be sure to come back for some more. Great night.